हेलो फ्रेंड्स, चमोली तो चल रहा है, सुबह से ही चल रहा है, सब लोगों को पता लग भी गया होगा. आई थिंक वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट ट्रेजेडीज ऑफ दिस डिकेड एट लीस्ट. Why it's happening? We know. What are we doing for that? Nothing. I have a special interest in Uttarakhand because I consider Uttarakhand as my second home. I've been a regular visitor to Uttarakhand, particularly the northern districts which are there. Here live the tribals which have been labelled as a generic name is given to them as Bhotia. Here you have Pithargarh, and here live what we call Rang. This is Kali river that separates Nepal from India, and here you have Dharchula on this side. On the other side you have Nepali Dharchula, and people quite frequently they move from this place to that place. And there are two tribal villages across also, Tikkar and Shangru. Students from that place, they come to study at Dharchula in the inter college. You have Rang in their traditional name, then you have Johari, this is Munshiari, coming up very fast on the tourist map. This is Kali river, Gori comes from this side, the two join at Jaljibi, where you have the biggest woolen fair in Uttarakhand. Then you have this is your Chamoli, where the incidents we have to talk about. In the north you have actually two villages. This is not Bampa, this is wrongly written as Bampa. Bampa is very close to Gopeshwar, hardly about 4 kilometers from this. This is Gamshali, and nearby you have a village Manari, and just from this border only about 30 kilometers you have that Kailash, Mount Kailash. You can see with the Durbin. Then you have Uttarkashi, and Uttarkashi firstly you have this Gomukh and Gangotri continuing, and here in Badrinath 6 kilometers north of it you have village Mana. Another tribal group is here. Bampa, Gamshali, this is called Marsha, this is Tolcha, and they in the summers live here, while in the winters they come down to a place very near to Rishikesh. It's called Muniki Reti, about 2 kilometers from there. And then here you have Uttarkashi. From Gangotri you have Gomukh, which is not seen here. This is Bhagirthi. It is not Ganga. Here is Bhagirthi, and here this is Yamunotri. Yamuna is coming here. Here it is Alaknanda which is coming, and the two join at Devprayag to form Ganga, and now onwards it is called Ganga. And this is the area which is very rich in terms of religion. Char Dham, you have n number of temples, very historical temples. During British time, half of it was under the rule of Nepalese kings, Chand, and half of it was under the British. So much of the culture is intact here, while there was a change, and this is much more educated area than this. But here you find more people in the army, here you find more people in the education sector, including the Bhotias. Here you have, so we are talking about what has happened. Now if you remember, I was telling you about religious places. Pandavas, they went to Yudhishthir in particular along with his dog to heavens, and this was the route. north of Badrinath, Mana, then you had Bhimpul, then across the Bhimpul they went. And then this village Mana that is there, it is famous because when it was all floods, pralay, then the boat of Swambhu Manu, it struck up there. From there only we think about the beginning of life once again. Plenty of trees, much more than any other state, vegetation, medicinal plants, animals, musk deer you won't find, maybe in Himachal you do, Bhojpatra, beautiful place to live also and for tapasya also. And here you had the Chipko movement. The Chipko movement, you must have heard about Chandri Prasad Bhatt and Sundarlal Bahuguna, expired recently. The women, they tied themselves to the trees and they won't let the trees be cut. On the one hand, you had the Bishnoi movement in Rajasthan, here you had the Chipko movement, and in a state which has been so cautious about their environment, on Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, more than 55 major dams are being built and without any resistance from the locals. You know the reason? Because the corporates, they hired people from the villages on contract for 5 years, one from each family. So if my son has got a job there, obviously I am not going to protest. That was the way to kill the spirit. But that is the way to destruct the environment as well. Most of the rocks here, they are very poor shales and they are shale plus very poor metamorphic rocks. And you planned Char Dham, double, triple roads. We have this model of development which is suicidal. That is why you have this. You had Dehradun, you had long back Uttarkashi. I was there in Uttarkashi in Harsil in 1978 when the floods came there. And why the floods came? There is a place called Kanodia Ghat. And water flows drop by drop into Bhagirathi. By chance, a small stick created the interruption. The water started storing, and that resulted in a lake with a depth of 700 feet. And when the lake could not bear, it burst. August 1978. Luckily, because when the water didn't enter the Bhagirathi, people became very cautious and collectors and deputy collectors, they took measures in advance. Lives were saved, but the other side of Uttarkashi was totally destroyed. So that had given a warning. Here it is not. Always remember, if you are playing tricks with the nature, you are creating the capital of Andhra Pradesh on a riverbed. The Himalayan cities, whatever the carrying capacity is there. Always remember, whenever we have a new city, two things are to be taken care of: carrying capacity and the availability of civil amenities and the drainage system. If drainage system of Dehradun is say for 5 lakh people and 20 lakh people are staying there, what will happen to that? Chandigarh, the city beautiful, was drowned a few years ago. We could never imagine it. So we have followed a model of development whereby development causes destruction of nature. We are following a model inspired by the West. We are following a model where material progress, you have created concrete jungles. What has happened? There is no place for water to seep into the earth, and then you say water level is going down. Who is responsible? The kind of crops you produce do not suit to your needs. The kind of medicines you are using do not suit to your body. The kind of foods you are eating, Western foods, they are just avoidable. Everything that we have followed as the Western model is creating problems. And this is just the corporate model, just one example of corporate model. And if the same happens to land also, then what will happen? You can't even imagine. So therefore, the problem with us is we start crying only when something happens to us. Now when this thing has taken place, many of you will get emotional. Many of you would be ready to donate and help. Your PM and CMs and all of those, they have said that party members, go and help them. Have you ever witnessed floods in the hills? You can't even reach the places. Only surrounding people can help. Many of you will be donating generously to help them. You have been doing to Tamil Nadu and all Kerala, Chennai and all those things. Stop giving. But at least start thinking, what is your contribution to the destruction of environment? This is not the first time, and this is not the last time as well. We are destroying our environment, and then we say we are for sustainable development. What is left for the next generation? Just think. Thank you.